Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Now, as you know, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is the 7th main entry in the Yakuza game series, as well as the final chapter in Kiryu's story. Now, the premise of the game is meant to take place after basically the 5th one, where Kiryu is now hospitalized and taken in by the police. Haruka is pretty much steps down from being a singer and idol, and connections about her with Kiryu is revealed, and eventually leaves the orphanage for her family's sake. And as Kiryu does return, he sets out to find Haruko, which she finds out that she had a child 3 years later, and finds out connections to it. Now, the game itself is actually pretty good. Not only is it the final chapter in Kiryu's story, it does feel like we are still introduced to new characters and old ones. So, pretty much that, yeah, in the game itself, we do see characters slightly older, and that realistic sign that eventually Kiryu is going to have to leave. And what's interesting about the game itself is that not only do you go into Japan, but you also go to Hiroshima. And yeah, with the Hiroshima chapters, you pretty much have to take on hordes of bosses, as well as new characters, which one you have Tatsushi, who at first acts like an enemy to you, but after you help him, he becomes your friend. The same with Yuta, Naruto, and Takakaki, which I think they kind of become more like this new family to him. And yeah, the game does introduce you to new bosses, which not only covers the war between the Triads and the Yakuza, but as well uncovering truths about a secret project, as well as the truth behind the burning of Little Asia. So I do think the game does come with some good ideas. Yeah, with the whole troubled app thing that you get, you can pretty much help people in need, and yeah, you can even form your own clan with other people to kind of take down a group called Justice, which I think is not a bad conclusion. But I think the game does come with a few mistakes. I feel like, keep in mind that since this is the final entry in Kiryu's story, it would have been nice to have Kiryu to have met other people from his journey and seeing where they are now. And there was one character I think they should have brought in to be Kiryu's eyes and ears, apart from Taka and Sean, was Maishoshi, who was the kind of like in the 4th game. So keep in mind they did have an actor to kind of replace the previous actor in the remastered one. It could have been a great entry to show him, a bit more older and helping with police connections to help the characters. I know they kept him under the rug, but it could have been a nice entry. So I do feel at the same time, with the boss battles, they are a bit challenging. For example, when you basically go into a kind of rundown, like, spa area with Takuki, there is this kind of mentally unstable character which you are going to need to be switched on for. And some of the boss battles can be quite tough. And once they activate their kind of ability, you are going to need to, keep on giving yourself more drinks and food energy to kind of keep up. And I do feel that, yeah, with Yakuza 6, it's definitely not a bad conclusion. It kind of feels like it's the ending point of Kiryu's story, and the next one they do have sort of passes on the torch to the next new main character. So I think somewhere Yakuza's Song of Life is not a bad game. It's a final conclusion to Kiryu's story, And it does kind of give you that send-off that Kyu is now a free man and able to, you know, have that big impact. So I think the game deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.